I thought this would be a fun video. So this kind of goes into the difference between wind damage and manufactured wind damage. So we have some marks here. We have somebody trying to indicate this is wind. And this is kind of where it goes from consultation to more forensic engineering. So first off, wind doesn't make a clean crack like that. So that's fresh, relatively black, so that tells me it's in the last few weeks. More than likely this is a west facing slope, so it's going to get the second most amount of sun exposure. So there's no way that that's more than 2 months old. And when wind happens, you'll get multiple cracks spread across an area. You won't get a single or two lines in this case in some areas. Now the next one is that I noticed is the chalk line matches up on the teeth. So this tooth was removed when I got here. Now this tooth was on the opposite side of the roof. You can see the dirt. That also tells me it was recent. Interesting that one tooth fails and then the whole shingle fails. That's not pretty common. And so this tooth is held on pretty well. This tooth would have been the first to go usually. And so this tooth, we've got a weird path here. So it's not over here. It's here, solid, that lines up there, and here, solid. And so that's a twist. Lifting up the edge here. Okay, we see dirt there, that's old. Dirt there, that's old. We see a fresh break there. That brings me back to a few weeks. But look at if it had just pulled up, that's this way. But see how it's got that curve there. And so that's somebody grabbed it like this with their finger and pulled it there. So somebody used their left hand to lift. That's what that tells me. This one here has no break in it, but it's still lifted. You still got some dirt. So this has likely been broken again within the last few weeks. Now we look at the main shingle itself because of this crack. And I mean, you can see how it goes in and out. So this is somebody, again, using their left hand repeatedly. So that right there was forced. So somebody scraped it in order to break the seal there. And they had to re-break it again here. So they used an apparatus of some sort. Seal's all fresh, no dirt underneath. A little bit of pine from the tree, so I'd say probably within the last 2 to 3 weeks is what I've got it narrowed down to here. This was already opened up. You can tell this here. This is months of exposure. You see the matching dirt there. So somebody went here, kept going until they ripped it up, then folded it a couple times, but never actually brushed this off. And because that loose granule was there, well, that granule would have washed off after a rainstorm or two. And so yet again, recent. Again, we can see the hand patterns here of where it was intentionally broke. We can see the apparatus. And so what we know for sure is that this was not accidental. This was not wind. This is manufactured to look like wind. Top it off against the white chalk, which is what standard is. And we've got a count over here. That tells me when to count 1, just conveniently on the largest slope. Where if we had to tear this off, we'd have to tear off the entire building. And so that's why I get called out. It's very suspicious. Yeah. Plain and simple. This is not wind damage. This is fraud.